Hey there, fellow guitar geeks. Guitar Guts here with too much time on my hands today, and I thought I would show you something that I found amusing a while back. Each make and material that guitar picks are made out of has its own inherent tone. It's probably not something that you would hear if you were playing your 100-watt Marshall stack turned up to 11, but if you're playing a little bit quieter where you can hear your pick strokes, each pick has its own characteristic that it lends to your playing, and you can hear it through the amplifier. It's a little bit different attack. So what I thought I'd do today is show you what the different materials that the picks are made of sound like in and of themselves, not playing a guitar with them, but just the sound of the material itself. Here I've got D'Addario, the Duragrip, made out of duraline. I like these picks. They've got a good rough surface on the top that you can hang on to. And I've got some ranging from, it looks like 7.7 millimeters all the way up to 1.5 being the thickest. So here you go. This is the D'Addario Duragrip. So those have a nice clanky sound to them. I like the way those sound on the guitar as well. Up next, we've got the Dunlop Jazz, made out of Ultex. Those two are. I don't think this one is. I think that's just made out of duraline or something like that. But here's the Dunlop Jazz, and then the Dunlop Jazz Ultex. So you can tell that the Dunlop Jazz has almost a nylon sound to it, but the other two sound really glassy when they clink. Up next is the popular Tortex line by Dunlop, and I've got some ranging from 0.5 millimeters on up to 1.14, I think, is the biggest one. So here's the Dunlop Tortex. So you can tell the smaller sizes don't have quite the clank that the larger ones do, but that's got sort of a muffled clank to it, not quite as glassy as the Ultex, but still a good clank to it. Up next is the regular Dunlop line. I've got the little celluloid picks all the way from 0.46 up to 2.0. So here they go. So you can tell those to me have a harder sort of clank to them. Maybe because some of them are a little bit thicker than the others that I've thrown from the other brands. But up next, we've got the Dunlop Ultex. And I've got sizes ranging from 1.0 up to 1.14. And then I've got one 1.4 in the sharp version that has a little bit of a sharper tip to it. So here's the Dunlop Ultex. Those also have a really glassy clank to them, sort of like the Ultex Jazz. Up next, we've got the Jim Dunlop Gels. And I've got some ranging from what says it is light, I guess, to medium light, all the way up through medium, heavy, and extra heavy. So here's the Jim Dunlop Gels. Now, I don't know if you can hear it, but those almost sound like they have a bell-like clang to them. It almost has a note to it that the other ones didn't have. Up next, we've got the Tortex by Dunlop, but these are not the regular shape picks. These are the triangle picks that have 3 picking edges on it that you can rotate through when you wear one out. So here's the Dunlop Tortex from 0.88 millimeters up to 1.14 millimeters. So those sound a whole lot like the regular Tortex, except maybe they have a little bit of a duller clank, maybe because it's just more material there. These are two that I found interesting. I found these a while back. These are made by D'Addario as well. Planet Waves, I think, is the one that manufactures them. But these glow in the dark. Cellular glow. You got 1.0 millimeters and 1.25. And if you can hear there, that one has a very muffled clunk to it. I wouldn't say clank, but clunk. And those two picks, when you feel them, are really, really slick picks. I don't really lose traction on them too badly, but they have a slick surface, and they feel slick on the strings too, so that's a very different kind of material. Up next, we've got the Dunlop nylon picks. And these are probably the hardest ones to hear. I've got everything from 0.6 millimeters up to 1 millimeter. So here's the Dunlop nylon. So if you heard there, those don't have very much sound to them at all. It's almost like throwing cardboard into the sink. They have sort of a flippy sound to them when you play with them, but I don't dislike them. They're a very good variation. Up next is the Gator line of Dunlops. They have a little bit of a rougher texture to them, and they're usually in a little bit thicker gauges. I've got one down to 0.71 millimeters, and then everything on up to 2 millimeters. So here's the Dunlop Gators. So you can tell as you get bigger in that, you get a little bit of a glassy clink, but overall I think these are some of the quietest picks inherently, and they're like that when you play with them too. It's almost got a soft feel to the material when you're playing. It kind of muffles a little bit of the clank that the pick makes when you play. Those are some of my favorites as well. So that's what I got for you today. I don't know if anybody else will find that interesting, but I thought it was. Maybe because I'm snowed in this weekend and I'm going a bit stir crazy. But enjoy, discuss in the comment section. Let me know what you think. See you guys later.